Now, Shades, we normally don't do a theme song for minis, but just in case this becomes a full, do we have a theme song available, ready, appropriate?
We do.
Oh.
Ooh, another one bites the dust.
Woo! Perfect.
Oh, hello. I'm Sketch.
And I'm Shades.
And this is
Geeking Out with Shades and Sketch.
A mini-sode.
Mini episode.
A mini Marvel episode for our long-time listeners. We're
gonna talk Iron Fist.
we're gonna
Finally.
we're gonna digest the news that Netflix has given us.
They have decided to cancel Iron Fist after just 2 seasons.
And Luke Cage.
Also Luke Cage after just 2 seasons.
Shits, how do you feel about that?
I'm confused.
Confused?
I
Feeling a little hurt?
I'm not feeling hurt.
I feel a little hurt.
Yeah, you know what? From day one, these 2 shows were the underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were the 2 shows that people wanted the least.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were the 2 strongest shows. That's a bold statement.
That's a bold
I know.
statement. You better be able to back up that bold claim.
I think season 2 of Luke Cage and season 2 of Iron Fist were the 2 strongest season 2s of any of the Marvel shows.
Okay.
For a number of reasons. Production quality, storytelling, evolution of the characters, growth. Particularly season 2 of Iron Fist.
It was
so
good, you guys.
Good. Season 1 was problematic.
Season 1 was definitely problematic.
It was very problematic. Season 2,
big improvement.
I'm sorry?
Big improvement.
Such a big
improvement.
New showrunner, new writers, and just what a better story.
Yeah.
And I think part of that was it did not have the responsibility of setting up defenders.
That screamed in the face of
Iron
Iron Fist.
It really did.
Unfortunately, season 1 had that on its shoulders.
It really did.
But it also had the giant job of taking this very realistic telling of these characters and introducing mysticism.
Yes. How do you deal with a dragon?
And
mysticism. And light up fists.
And so we just doubled down.
Yes.
And the world suffered. Their world that they tell the story suffered.
Season 2 came back.
But season 2
from the first episode.
Mm-hmm. It was a local story.
Yes.
It was, just like how Daredevil was in Hell's Kitchen. Danny Rand is just in Chinatown.
Yep. Protecting the city. Matt Murdock says to Danny Rand, "Protect my city."
Then dies.
And then dies.
Presumably.
And Danny Rand picks up the ball and runs.
Yep.
And
he's doing just that.
Yeah. And what a story.
And it focused on
addiction,
dynamic relationships between people, mental health,
substance abuse, betrayal, acceptance, family dynamic, destiny.
It was packed but not stuffed.
Yeah.
It
didn't ever feel like there were too many characters.
No.
The story never lost me.
No, I was on for the whole ride.
Yeah. And the final episode of season 2 is just so... It leaves you asking so many questions.
That's why I'm hurt.
That's
why I'm hurt.
They introduced in the final minutes of the season finale, they introduced so many questions that will never be resolved.
If we were going to cancel Iron Fist and Luke Cage,
yes,
then I wish Defenders had ended it.
Yes.
That
Defenders was the end of the
story of all of them.
Yes.
Because now I'm left in this void of, oh God, I want to know everything. I want to know what happens to Colleen. I want to happen to Misty.
I want to know what happens to Ward. Yeah, to Ward.
I don't care too much about Joy anymore.
No,
but
nor do I. I want to know what happened to Ward.
Yes.
And his story.
And now we won't.
And we're not going to know.
Now we won't.
And it's also unlike, like people were saying, and I kind of fell into this trap, and then you kind of reminded me of this fact that people kind of predicated that this decision was based on the fact that Disney is launching Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Disney sold the rights to these characters to Netflix.
Yes.
Unless some kind of deal is reached.
As far as I know, there's no take-backsies.
There's no take-backsies. No. They're not giving the characters back. They're just not moving forward with new stories or these shows.
Mm-hmm. And listen, there could be behind closed door deals that are saying
maybe we're going to get a Daughters of the Dragon
maybe
show.
Get that.
Maybe we're going to get Heroes for Hire.
Maybe Disney has, I find this doubtful, but maybe Disney has some other minor characters that they're willing to barter with as long as they don't compete too heavily with their Marvel shows.
I can't imagine that these are the characters that Marvel's going to spend the money on to buy back when there are members of the Avengers that are still out there that they can't use.
Right.
The Submariner, the Hulk. They can't do a standalone Hulk movie. They can't do a Namor Submariner movie. They can't do an X-Men movie. Well, maybe if they ever finally close this deal and get 20th Century Fox, maybe they will be able to do
that's been going on forever.
Who knows what's going on with that at this point? But I don't know. The decision to cancel Iron Fist. If they were going to cancel it, cancel it after season 1. Season 1 was not good.
Season 1 was not good.
They gave it a season 2. They told this great story. They gave us this cliffhanger that is just
bananas.
It is coco-bananas.
Mm-hmm.
You've got ostensibly 3 Iron Fists out there right now.
Yes.
Because the material that they used to steal the fist is still out there. Yeah. And there are apparently other ones. So the big takeaway at the end of the series is that there's more than one Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's only supposed to be one Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And now there's 2.
Yeah. At least.
Possibly more.
And I am intrigued.
Yeah, I want to know.
I want more.
I want to have this explained.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Cage, we end season 2 of Luke Cage
in a disappointing place for Luke.
Yeah, after all of his growth, all of his posturing.
Us as the audience rooting for him.
Yes.
And it's forgivable when there's a 3rd season and you say, okay, we're setting up a big life event for Luke.
Spoilers, just if you haven't seen it, we end with Luke, the new sheriff of Harlem, taking up residence in Harlem's Paradise.
Yeah.
He's the new Cottonmouth.
He's in the
he's looking through that round porthole window.
The snake pit now.
Yeah. He's in the Viper's Den.
Yes, he is. And that's where we're leaving him.
He is essentially the villain of that universe now.
Yes, he is.
And that's where we leave Luke Cage, Harlem's hero.
And so, I think both of us are rightly disappointed.
Very. I think it's a poor decision. If they were going to cancel a series at this point, Daredevil.
Really? I know season 3 just came out. Haven't caught up on it
yet. Season 3 is great. I don't know how the show moves forward at this point.
Okay.
With everything that they've done to these characters at this point, I don't know how the show moves forward in the universe that they've set up.
Okay.
It doesn't seem possible.
Okay.
And this would have been a good place to end.
Yeah.
And the way they leave it, the story continues.
And Jessica Jones Great second season.
Great second season. I don't think it was the strongest of them, though.
Also, like, ended in a way that could be...
that could be it for Jessica.
It didn't end in a way like Iron Fist and Luke Cage did, where you need to know.
You need to know.
You need to know the next chapter.
Also, I think Charlie Cox and Kristen Ritter are far less likely to continue on with these characters than Finn Jones and Michael Coulter.
Okay. Yeah.
And we kind of talked about this. If there are two actors in this universe who really identify with their characters, it's those two.
It really seems to be.
And
they feel very genuine.
Yes, they do in their portrayal of the characters. I love Charlie Cox in the role of Daredevil, but there's something not sincere or not genuine about him. Maybe it's the writing.
Could be.
Or maybe it's the fact that he's playing a blind person and he's not blind.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Shockers. Spoilers.
You didn't spoil that for me.
Gosh. Sorry. I don't know what it is, but there's particularly by the third season, he kind of seems like he's tired of doing this. Yeah. And understandable. Yeah. If he is.
Yeah, you can move on to other projects if you'd like to. Before we speculate about possible futures, and we got to stress, pure speculation.
Pure speculation.
I think we would both very much recommend you watching season 2 of Iron Fist.
Season 2 of Iron Fist. It is very good.
It's miles ahead of
Rotten
season
Tomatoes
1.
gave it a 54 critic score. I think that's I think it's undeservingly low.
Yeah, I agree.
And that might be just the baggage of season 1.
Yeah.
But it's still the highest over-under for a season 1 to season 2.
I can't even think what would justify a score in the 50s.
In the 50s. What would you give it if you were going to score season 2?
If I was going to score just season 2, I'd probably give it high 80s.
Yeah, I'd peg it like between an 85 and an 87.
Yeah,
it's very good.
It's very good. It's tight in a way that the other in season 1 wasn't. It leaves a lot of the mysticism at the door. It's certainly still present.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not, Danny's not
It has more to do with destiny than mysticism.
Yes. And Danny is less...
He's just better written.
Blind child of faith at this point. He also is humbled by losing the Iron Fist early. In this.
Episode 2.
I don't remember, but it's early.
Episode 2 or 3.
And so we can really then focus on Danny.
And his relationship with Colleen.
And season 2 is as much a story of Colleen as it is the story of Danny.
The daughter of the dragon.
Yes. And Misty is in it a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
And her and Colleen are such a pair.
I was surprised of how much of the series she was in.
Well, when she was introduced, I was not surprised, but I thought it was going to be like Luke Cage, a one-off episode.
I thought it was going to be like the way that Colleen was a one-off.
No, she stuck around.
Once they introduced her, she was there for the whole thing.
Honestly, she was in it the way that we said Colleen should have been in Luke Cage. Yeah. Yep. So they're listening.
They are.
They're listening. Thanks, guys.
Good on you guys.
Good on you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Colleen is one of my favorite characters in this Netflix series.
And the actor that plays her is just fantastic to watch.
Yes,
she is so talented and has such screen presence.
Yes,
Misty as well.
Misty does too. That's why I want to move into speculation.
Sure, let's do it. Daughters of the Dragon.
I want it.
I do.
I want it, and I think it would be
Daughters of the Dragon into Heroes for Hire.
I think it would be dumb not to do it.
Seriously, yes.
It would be dumb.
And
you did all the
Daughters of the Dragon.
Did all the setup.
Luke's the villain.
I think that's great. Talk about a compelling villain.
Yeah.
Someone we've been rooting for 2 seasons.
Yep.
Someone who we're worried about their well-being. We're worried about their soul.
Yeah.
And now you give us a show where 2 characters who care about this person need to not just stop him, but redeem him.
Nigh invulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Have to somehow stop him and lead him back to the path.
Yep. We want it.
Yeah.
We're ready. We're primed and ready for this.
Primed and ready.
Nightwing.
That was...
They did it.
They did.
They did it. They did it. Nightwing has a nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it.
Does.
It really does.
They know we love Dick.
Grayson.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, that too. And then bring Luke back to the light side.
Yep.
Heroes for Hire. Is it possible?
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's highly unlikely.
Netflix has the right to these characters.
Defenders flopped in every sense of the word.
It did.
It was not well received. I think they rushed it.
I agree.
I think Defenders should have been the culminating event of this universe.
Yep.
And not a middle ground.
Yeah, midway point.
Midway point.
Give us instead of Defenders, give us a season 2 with more interplay between characters.
Yep.
Then we'll have a more believable team up and finish the story.
Or give us the first 4 episodes, bringing them together.
Sure.
And then give us the last 4 episodes, finishing the story at some other point.
Later, yeah. Absolutely.
Leave us wanting more.
Yep. But damn it, we do right now.
We do.
They did leave us wanting more.
Yep, and it looks like we're not going to get it, guys.
At the wrong time. So, our takeaway.
Iron Fist Season 2.
Is great. Watch it.
Thumbs up.
Luke Cage Season 2 is great.
Thumbs up. Watch it. Defenders in retrospect, not so
great. Petition your local state representative for Daughters of the Dragon. Is that what they do? I don't know politics.
Yeah.
They do Netflix shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Daughters of the Dragon.
I believe that is a congressional subcommittee.
Okay. See,
Netflix.
I don't get politics. See, I feel so foolish.
But guys,
Daughters of the Dragons would be awesome.
Write in. You can write to Netflix.
You really
can. And this is an interesting takeaway. Netflix doesn't release its viewership data. Like, they don't do the Nielsen stuff. They don't tell you how many people tune in or binge it, or how they track it. They just don't release it. What they did release was the social media buzz about these 2 shows. And they released the metadata for all of their shows and how people talk about their shows. And that was the justification that they gave for canceling both Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Yep. That there was not enough of an internet buzz. So that's particularly troubling to me as someone who's not a huge social media user.
It also makes it unfortunate that the benefit of a streaming service is you should be able to watch things on your schedule.
Right, exactly.
And if you don't tune in immediately and join in on all the social media buzz, your show's at.
If that's what they're looking for, then they should be releasing movies in box office.
Yeah.
Because that is how movies work now. Opening weekend, how many people go and see it, what they say about it.
Yep.
It's a flop or it's not.
Yep.
With a streaming service, it's almost like they're saying, if you don't binge it in the first weekend, it's not successful.
Yeah.
And you're right. The benefit of a streaming service is that we can watch it on our own timetable.
Yeah. I don't know, Netflix. I've been a big supporter of Netflix.
I also have. They've been making some decisions lately that's questioned, maybe questioned my loyalty to them, my faith in Netflix.
You're Danny Randing
this is certainly one of them. I am Danny Randing this.
And who knows? Maybe this is all a big...
Who knows? Maybe I have to turn around and punch the dragon in the heart and everything's going to be okay.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe this is going to be a big reveal that Heroes for Hire is on the horizon.
Already on the horizon.
And Luke Cage and Iron Fist will no longer appear as individuals. They will only be joint. But even so, their stories deserve an ending.
They really do. Some kind of closure.
They can't team up as they are now.
No.
That's why you need Daughters of the Dragon in the middle. You also need Daughters of the Dragon because the Misty Colleen team up.
Nightwing is
pretty much
BA.
The coolest team up that we've seen so far.
Yeah, in this universe.
Including Defenders.
Yep.
The
only thing that came close was the interplay between Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock.
That was fun.
Well, this is so much better.
It is. Yeah. So, those are our thoughts.
There you have it. Netflix, I think you goofed on this one.
Yeah. I'll stay, I've said it before, cautiously optimistic. I don't want to give up all hope. Love to see these characters back in some capacity. I do feel confident we will see Danny Rand,
they're
Luke
still
Cage.
Contracted. They will appear in things.
Yes. But will their stories get the
stories
justice?
Continue?
I don't know.
Who knows? What would be really disappointing is that if Luke just randomly shows up in Jessica Jones season 2.
Yeah. With zero explanation.
With zero explanation. And I feel like that's something they're going to do.
Yeah, it's possible.
A lot of people were in the Alias comics. Luke and Jessica have a child together.
Oh,
they're a thing. And people were when Luke disappeared from Jessica Jones and then appeared in his own series and she didn't overlap, people were not happy about it. Oh. So I wonder if they're trying to retcon that relationship, and that was part of the move of like moving Misty to Iron Fist and out of Luke, and also Claire, the night nurse.
Gone.
She's gone. She is just straight up gone.
Misty, it feels funny to say, Misty belongs on Iron Fist.
She does.
She's perfect on that show. You know, I think it's becoming clear and clear to me that I oftentimes identify or just appreciate the character that like doesn't exactly know what's going on in the situation. But it's giving it their all anyway.
Yes.
Your Winstons. Right.
Your Sokkas.
Your Brandon Walsh and the Goonies.
Sure.
Regardless.
Yes.
I'm not in this world, but here I am.
Yep.
And that's Misty.
Yes,
she is a powerhouse.
She is a powerhouse.
And Colleen is right there with her.
Yes. Stay out of their way.
Yeah.
So there it is. Netflix.
Give us Daughters of the Dragon.
Give us Daughters, and Heroes for Hire.
And Dick
Grayson.
Yeah. That too.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Hopefully with better news.
Yeah.
See you next time, guys. Wait, guys, don't go, because
this just in. Oh my God.
Another casualty in the Netflix Marvel Universe. Guys, I even think in the episode we said Daredevil's still going.
Yeah.
That was before. We recorded that before it was announced that Daredevil is also...
I'm glad we didn't put it out yet.
I'm glad we didn't put it out yet, so we can tack this on to the end. Daredevil...
Canceled.
Also canceled.
Yes.
And both of us have now finished season
Daredevil
3. Let's just go ahead and
the
call it the final season.
Season of Deadpool. Daredevil.
Both Marvel, both Red. That's okay. I get it.
Thank you.
Wow. Man, what a bummer.
What a high note to go out on.
Yeah. Shades, thoughts on Daredevil season 3?
What the fuck is happening over at Netflix?
Well, that's my big question. What the F is going on here?
Season 3. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. I could give a shit about Karen Page at this point.
Oh, she's my biggest rant. I hate her. I hate her.
That story went nowhere for me.
And if you're going to say, to us, why do you hate the girl character? It's because of who she is.
She's poorly written.
If Foggy was doing all this shit, I would also hate Foggy. Spoiler alert.
Right.
I don't hate Foggy.
Oh my God. Foggy is the hero.
She has a great story.
That series.
It's so fun to see.
Foggy and Marcy.
It's so, who would have thought those two were going to last?
Seriously.
It's so fun to see Matt and Foggy both being heroes in two very different ways.
And Team Foggy.
Team Foggy.
I think he does a better job of being a hero than Matt.
He's more in the light.
Yeah.
He's out there in front of things.
And Matt was always like, no, you can't do it within the law.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can,
except, I mean, Fisk had him by the short hairs this season. Like, thank goodness they took down Fisk. Because they're about to take down his family.
Thank goodness they took down Fisk, but like, yeah, I guess.
But that's not to say that he would have found a way out.
He would have found a way out.
If this was the Foggy, maybe that's why it's canceled. Maybe now it's just going to be the Foggy show.
Man, I'll watch.
But Karen Page, I mean, her body
She's not a good person. She's not a good character.
Well, here's the thing.
Is she the real villain of the show?
Here's the thing.
Holy shit.
Here's why
She ruined her family's life.
Here is why I do not like Karen Page is because she keeps getting these moments. They keep giving her these moments in these seasons where like
in her weight.
She gets to feel good about herself. Like she gets to like, oh, I helped Matt. I'm a good person. No, that's not making up yet for everything you've done.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I lost. Karen Page has knocked my mic off.
Yeah.
Right off mic. Just another thing that Karen Page has done.
Full body experience in which Sketch just
the
microphone leapt from him.
The more we find out about Karen Page's past, the more I think she should never be feeling good.
She belongs in Punisher's universe, not Daredevil. She really does.
I mean,
she feels bad about a lot of things. I don't think
deservingly so.
Yes, deservingly so. She should have remorse, and she should have regrets, and she should have guilt. But she also doesn't for things I think she should.
Yes, agree. Agree.
What happened with her boyfriend? I still put that on her.
Way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Was he a shitty guy? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Did he deserve that?
No. The level that no, he didn't. She feels really bad about getting the kingpin informant killed. She also got 4 of her colleagues killed.
4 of her colleagues
She
killed.
never mentioned that.
Never once.
She should be crippled with father. She gets father killed.
Father
Langdon or something like that.
Father Langdon, yeah.
She has such a high body count.
If you texted me.
I texted you mid-episode saying, like, I swear to God, if they kill father instead of Karen, I'm going to be pissed. And then probably the next text you got was like, fuck.
Yes. I was like, you sent me that. I was like, oh, shit. And like, before I could respond, you were just like, fuck!
The writing was on the wall in this episode. So she was
Mother Maggie.
Plus, like,
what an awful mother
she just keeps not mother, Karen. And then I'll get off Karen. I promise I'll get off Karen. But like, how come we don't address that she has an addictive personality? Like, she is just drawn
Maybe they think they're addressing it.
Maybe, but they're not clearly. I mean, she is now addicted to uncovering the truth.
Yes.
And it's getting people hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. When she was younger, she was addicted to...
Give me your source, Karen.
Yes.
No.
When she was addicted to...
Everybody dies.
All these drugs. Yeah, it's clear to see how that's destroying her life. And the people around her. But...
Don't write this story, Karen. You're off the story. Don't write the story.
When she's almost murdered, right? And then she calls her father and is like... The latest time. And then she calls her father to be like, can I come home? And her father's like, I don't think it's a good time. I was like, oh my God, this dad is a dick. No wonder Karen is the way she is. Then we have the flashback and I'm like, oh, I get why the dad doesn't want her back. I mean, it sucks. You know, it's a bad relationship, but I also get why.
Consequences.
Yeah.
You're a terrible person. You make really bad decisions, and you still make really bad decisions.
Should she be convinced that her brother's death is not her fault? No. Because it was her fault.
100% her fault.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, man. We're not even talking about... This was supposed to be quick. My God.
Okay, we got to wrap this up.
Karen Page.
Back to Raves.
Because
we already talked about Foggy. He was great. Like Foggy.
Dex.
Dex was great.
He was fantastic.
I love the way they brought in Bullseye.
Wow,
how he was
he was great.
He was, and the way they tied him to Kingpin.
Yep.
And
that whole manipulation of Kingpin with Dex.
I loved how he was the anti-Daredevil.
Yep.
You know, and what a powerful scene of watching Matt Murdock actually fight Daredevil. That was great. Yep. It goes without saying, but I love Fisk. I would just watch a whole show on just Fisk
that manipulation
and everything
of,
he
like,
does.
Getting by, and like I think
the way
Fisk
he had the FBI in his pocket.
Oh my God, the whole FBI,
shit. Like
his command center in his
in his hotel
house
room,
arrest.
in his penthouse. Yeah, so good. I forget his name. I liked the FBI guy too. I forget his name, but he was a great character. I really emotionally was connected to him.
Nadir.
Agent Nadir. I really, really liked him. And I felt happy for him at the end.
That series.
Yes, he was.
Wow.
They would not have won without him.
Nope.
And
then
I was so happy to get that reveal. Like so happy. Like that might have been one of the highest emotional wins of all the Marvel Netflix shows for me. Yeah, Nadir's win of exposing everything. Yes. Despite he knew what was about to happen to him.
Right. He knew he was not gonna make it.
Yes, he knew it was going down. And he even used that.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he was making the confession basically made it.
Yep. That was the only reason that it was admissible. Yeah. Is because it was.
And so
He knew he was going to die.
The extra FU is the fact that like Fisk ordered the thing that basically made it in court invulnerable.
Yes.
That evidence invulnerable. I love it.
If someone believes that that is their last
will and testament, and it's their last testimony.
It is admissible in court.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
I mean, was I sad for him? Absolutely. Was I devastated for his family? Absolutely. Yes. Was I so happy that he was able to do that in his final moments? So happy.
Yep.
And the scene with his wife. I mean, we're talking about like a minuscule little scene, but that scene with his wife at the FBI.
At the FBI?
Oh my God, I was my heart was breaking for her.
Yes. Foggy?
Yes. And she's calling her husband a monster. And at the beginning, you think that she thinks this. And you're like, oh, he died for this.
And he gives her the instructions in the tape.
Good. Yeah, of like, you're going to have to like disown me. You're going to have to blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And it all, I don't want to use the word worked out, but I can't think of anything better. So like it all
plays through.
It all plays through. So I'm feeling it in my heart even as we speak about it.
Yeah, it was really well done.
And plus Matt had a fine season.
He did.
Like it was a fine season.
Yeah.
He had a rough season in season 2.
It really made up for season 2.
Mm-hmm. And I felt for his mom too. Like I felt for her.
She's a terrible mom.
And I think it's because she was never meant to be.
But I mean, it's another like, and you know, like there must, I'm sure this is somebody's real story.
Absolutely, it is. I think
it's just like further confirmation of like the harm that organized religion continues to inflict on the world.
Well, and I'm also thinking of like the postpartum depression and how real that is, and how it is not talked about a lot, and it's something that a lot of women experience.
Well, they used to exercise women for it and like lock them away in asylums.
Yep. And it's a real shame.
She got out easy going to the convent.
Yep.
Like,
and let's celebrate Matt's father like even more. Yeah. Like, he made some mistakes and he did some things.
What a great dad he was.
He took on that role of Matt's father.
Yep.
He loved his wife dearly and he was at a loss. He was at a loss.
Yep.
Whether it was the right thing for him to do or for her to go away. That's not for me to say, but he did everything he could, and it hurt him tremendously, but he put his son and his wife above and beyond. And I don't think it's highlighted enough.
It's not.
But I saw it, and so I'm going to highlight it.
Yeah.
Good job, Mr. Murdoch.
Yep.
We love it.
And they got that actor back, too, from season 1, which was nice.
The last thing I'll say about Daredevil season 3 was that I think because Iron Fist and Luke Cage had already been canceled, they knew their number was up.
Yeah.
And so unlike those two series, this got a satisfying conclusion.
Right.
This could end now.
Right. They gave us a cliffhanger.
They did give us a cliffhanger, but it's not big enough for me to be like, I wonder.
Right.
It's not like the Iron Fist cliffhanger or the Luke Cage
destroyed. Kingpin's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
He and Daredevil have a détente.
Mm-hmm. Murdoch, Avocados at Law is back.
Avocados at Law are back. He has a life outside of Daredevil.
Yep.
Karen.
He's reconciled with his past.
He's reconciled with his past. He's reconciled with Karen.
There's honestly not many more places for this show to go anyway. So it's like, if they hadn't have called it canceled, like if they didn't come out and say Daredevil is canceled, they could have just said like, this is Daredevil's last season.
Right.
It wraps up.
Right.
Because I did feel satisfied at the end of the series. Unlike the other
Unlike Iron Fist in particular.
Which is just like having a raw nerve out there.
Yeah, it really is.
And I think it just goes to show how surprised they were, the producers of that show.
Right.
And then at least it gave Daredevil
Finn Jones has just been like really classy with like his social media presence and like...
I haven't seen a lot of them, but I've seen...
he's just like posted like every time a cancellation announcement, it's just like solidarity with those actors and crew and cast. And like he'll post a picture, like when Luke Cage got canceled, he did like the close of when they punch each other and Luke blocks it. And
I did see, even though I don't like Karen Page, her actress, separate the fact that I don't like Karen Page. The actress had a nice tweet about, thanks for letting me be a part of this and tell the story and yada, yada, yada. It's a real bummer, but at least Daredevil goes out like on a win.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and maybe we'll finally get that Mighty Ducks sequel where Fulton Reed's the coach.
Well, now there's nothing holding us back.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We'll just.
So, guys, that's Marvel. Who knows? Maybe this episode will be postponed again, and we're gonna have to tack on a Jessica Jones or Punisher cancellation.
Or a Runaway.
We know it's all coming.
I guess Cloak and Dagger is probably going to get.
We all know it's coming, and
because that was part of this universe.
Yeah. And our big question will be, what's going to happen to these characters?
What the fuck is happening at Netflix Marvel?
Yeah. At least Netflix still has other shows that aren't tied to Marvel that are going strong.
Yeah, but like fewer and fewer that I want to watch.
Well, I guess Voltron's
I mean, we're going to talk more about Voltron later, but Voltron just ended. What a great season that was.
I have high hopes for Dragon Prince.
Big shout out to friend of the pod.
A lot of
Zarafazel.
Oh yeah, Zarafazel.
Razavi had a great episode. A great season and a couple great episodes.
But this isn't the Voltron episode.
This isn't the Voltron episode.
But there are things on Voltron's Horizon. No, on Netflix Horizon that I'm looking forward to. So if they're done, if they're parting ways with Marvel, I will. If I have to choose one or the other, I'll probably choose Netflix.
I'm definitely.
I do not plan to get Disney streaming. I can't do any more of these streaming services.
I don't want Disney Plus.
They're bleeding me dry.
I don't want to give Disney any more money than I already give them.
And you give them a lot.
I do.
We all do.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, on that bright and shiny note, it's time to bid these shows goodbye and
farewell.
Hopefully shut down the GOCO and not come back with another
surprise.
Yep. Right. So we'll see you next time, guys.
And this is where we should seamlessly transition into the rest of
the outro.
Episode. The outro.
Yeah. And
there it is.
And starting now.
Okay. So breaking news
again.
This just in, long-time listeners.
It
is the episode that never
ends on the recording end.
As of this morning, recording, which is
February
19th.
Sure.
Is today the 19th?
Oh, the 20th.
20th?
We've been in this studio for a long time. 19th.
February 19th. Jessica Jones and Punisher are both canceled. Officially canceled.
So we can officially say the Netflix Marvel run is done.
Yes. And
And
I think that's really ballsy on Netflix's part, as the third season of Jessica Jones is yet to air.
Yet to come out. Punisher just came out. I'm in the middle of it. Haven't finished it yet.
I enjoyed it better than the first season.
All right,
I'll say that. It's still my least favorite series, but I enjoyed it more than the first one.
So, longtime listeners, we will be back. We will
be back with a post-mortem.
A real mini.
A real mini
like
on...
A real mini.
A real mini episode.
On
Jessica
the
Jones.
final Jessica Jones series and the second season of Punisher.
Yeah.
Once Jessica Jones drops.
And it just goes without saying that Defenders is also canceled.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yes.
There's
all of the other shows.
There's no way around it.
Yeah. And just to bring some clarity to the situation. These are shows that are produced by ABC Studios, which is owned by Disney, that Netflix purchases and airs. They're just lining Disney's pockets, which now has its own streaming service. Netflix was a facilitator, and now it is a competitor. And so it really it shouldn't be shocking that this universe has come to a close.
Yeah.
It's sad the way it came to a close.
Yeah.
And it just feels, I don't know, it doesn't feel right that the axe came on Jessica Jones before its final season ended. We all knew it was coming.
I hope Jessica Jones ends in a way that Daredevil did, because I did say that Daredevil ended like the completion of a full story, and I hope the creators of Jessica Jones saw that writing on the wall well enough to know that, okay, this is our last chance to finish this story.
Right.
So let's make sure we finish it.
Yes, totally agree. And I guess the silver lining here, I will say kudos to Netflix, because we're going into pilot season. And by canceling Jessica Jones, now it frees up those actors to solicit scripts for upcoming shows so that they can keep working.
There you go.
They could have waited until after Jessica Jones comes out to cancel it, and that really would have been unfair to those producers.
So then there you go.
And the crew. So
you say ballsy of them, but
it is.
Maybe it was from a heartfelt
I think
decision.
so, because like they were great shows. They are beloved. The cast and crew are great, and kudos to Netflix too. It's sad the way it's ending, but
that is the silver lining. Those actors are going to keep working. They are in demand right now. Yeah. All of those actors from the Netflix series. So that's finally a wrap on like a 3-minute mini that came very close to being a full episode.
Yeah, who knows how long this episode ended up being. But hey, thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah.
I promise, I give you the sketch promise, we will not be back.
We will not be back.
Once the credits roll on this one, you can tune out.
Yep.
And wait for our Jessica Jones and Punisher 2
mini
episode when that comes out. So next week, we'll be moving on to another property.
Yes, that will inevitably be canceled.
Everything gets canceled.
Everything gets canceled in the
Cycle of life.
Yes.
All right, guys.
See you next time.
See you next time.